there, everybody. It's Mike DeLisio with another Dice Tower Daily Unboxing. Today, we're going to be taking a look at Marvel Dice Throne, the kind of this new core set, which has Scarlet Witch, Thor, Loki, and Miles Morales Spider-Man. So, Dice Throne is a dice battler that has been on the market for a while, coming from Roxley Games. This is a co-production with the Op game, where they are now incorporating Marvel characters into this system. And it's I think a match that is well suited for this game system, because it really is essentially a dice battler, kind of a battle Yahtzee. If you're familiar with the old dice game Yahtzee, this kind of uses that similar dice rolling mechanism, and you're using those dice to trigger abilities, potentially playing cards that might be upgrades of those abilities, and you're really just trying to knock your opponents down to 0 health. And so that obviously works well in a Marvel universe. All right, so I'm not going to go into a lot of detail about the rules. I'm not going to show many of the rules because, quite honestly, Dice Throne is something that's been out for a while. There's a lot of information out there. I've already given you kind of the elevator pitch on it, being a dice battler with cards that can be used to upgrade. And so really, I would just want to show off the different components in here. We do have some cardboard components, not a whole lot, but the ones they have are nice, okay? Many of these components are for status effects that you would place on the player boards that are going to denote a particular status has been incorporated. All right, so let's just go through these one at a time. Loki, Scarlet Witch, Miles Morales, Spider-Man, and Thor. All right, so every character is going to have their player board, which is going to have, first of all, fantastic art, but this is also where you're going to see all of the different powers and effects that you have access to as a particular character, including your ultimate ability, which is kind of the equivalent of a Yahtzee. If you can roll all 6 of this die face, which in the case of Scarlet Witch is the only on one of the 6 die faces, then you can do that Sealed Your Fate ability, which is a big, powerful one. Most of these are abilities that can be upgraded by playing cards out onto the table, or actually onto your player board, that are a better version of those. And you can also see the status effects here. Some, these are all positive, well, 1 negative, 3 positive, 1 negative. Some rules clarifications, things along those lines. Each character is also going to have a health tracker that tracks their health, as you might expect, and their combat points tracker, which is used primarily to play cards out. And each character is going to have their own individual, unique, custom D6s, right? Very, very nice. So now that you've seen kind of how this is set up, I'm just going to go through briefly the cards and show off the player boards and the dice for each of the characters. All right, so again, this is Scarlet Witch here. Not going to go into a lot of detail with these, but you can kind of see what those are about. So there's one. And they all come again in these very nice game trays, which when you're playing the game, you basically can just hand this to a player and they're good to go. Let's take a look at Loki now. Player board. The powers. Glorious Purpose is Loki's ultimate. Okay. Status effects. Rules clarifications. Health tracker and combat points tracker. Custom dice. All of these are engraved. All right. And then finally, Loki's cards. All right. These are interesting. Partial success, success, and fail. That's, I think, specific to Loki. See, so you can see some of these cards are very specific. Others are cards that just about everybody has, or some kind of variation on them. All right. 2 down, 2 to go. Here's Miles Morales, Spider-Man, Venom Shockwave, Spidey's ultimate here, Combo, nice. All right, status effects, clarifications, combat points tracker and health tracker, Spidey's dice, and then the cards. There we go. Digging the art. There you go. You've seen those cards many times. And then we're going to end this up with Thor. Thor's player board here. For Asgard is the ultimate. See the other abilities here. All nicely thematic, at least in name. Our status effects. You've got a companion. You've got Mjolnir. Begin the game with Mjolnir on the board. You may throw or retrieve it any time by discarding a card. Interesting. All right. Health tracker, combat points tracker. Custom dice. All right. And then the cards. See, many of these are the upgrades. And then the standard cards. All right, so as I mentioned before, I think that this is a really good kind of mixture of game system with intellectual property. It makes sense. I think that it is something that's going to be very appealing to people that are both fans of Dice Throne and are also fans of Marvel. And if you're fans of both, then you're really, really happy. That is Marvel Dice Throne. Thank you for watching another Dice Tower Daily Unboxing.